Welcome, Barca fans. Welcome to the Barca Show. Just wanted to get back to talking about our match tomorrow, and I think this is going to be a match that really deserves plenty of attention to see where our players are at, what mentality they're at, what kind of atmosphere are they going to bring onto the pitch. There's going to be a lot of focus on getting back into the old ways that we were talking about, back into the winning ways. And as we head towards Getafe against them, this is going to be all about what kind of mind state or state of mind they are at right now, because apparently, a lot of drama came out of this loss. It's not just your 1-0 loss against Liverpool, it was a 4-0 loss against Liverpool, something unheard of. So basically, we want to do that, and we want to be able to get through this season without having to stay in the past too much, if you want to say that. So this is where we will continue to start getting morale up. We will start getting our hopes high for the Copa del Rey. We need to prepare for that match. That match is going to be a very, very interesting, very important match, very important cup, because that's all we have left to fight for. And we don't want catastrophe to happen again. We want to be solid on the field, and we want to be solid mentally, because I think this is where we're at. We're kind of barely getting out of that ugly feeling, morale down. The hopes of being able to have a championship is all gone for the UCL. So now we have to focus on getting our players back. And can Valverde do that? Can Valverde bring back the players and make this team better again? Because look, the facts is that whether we like Valverde or not, he is the coach of Barcelona. And whether I want him out or not of this club, we still have to support our team. And that is what we Barca fans have to do. Support our team as much as we can. We can talk about sacking the man afterwards, after we're done with the Copa del Rey in the summer. All that can happen. But right now, our team needs our support. And the least that we need is more negative criticism going towards this tournament that we still have to be able to finish strong with. So we have to be very careful how we treat our players, and how the club treats its staff and the coaches as well. And I think Bartomeu is doing a pretty good job at being quiet at the moment. He's looking and analyzing. I think he's not going to just go ahead and say whatever he wants, whatever he thinks to the media. But as far as the media goes, I think that the media is pushing for Valverde to go out. And I don't blame them too much, but I think that what we need to do is kind of focus more on just finishing strong and getting these last few matches out of the way, winning the Copa. Then we can start thinking about the summer. Then we can start thinking about changes. But at the moment, it's hard to get out of that Liverpool match. But at the same time, we still have to focus. And as fans, let's get every support we can for them. So basically, like I said before, the whole point of finishing strong is to really show that we still have it. And whether we got embarrassed, humiliated, whatever it was, that has to be behind us. Now we can't bring this to the game, and they can't bring this to the game. At the back of our minds, we know what happened, but that's where it needs to be. The back of our mind. Just forget about it. Let's move on. We can't think about this stuff right now. They're working to build morale up, like I said. The problem with the players is that it's not about it's the carryover of the game that kind of deals a blow to the whole club, and it vibes throughout throughout the world. As we all knew, the media covered this pretty well. So the best thing to do is for Valverde is to be the coach that he needs to be and support the players. Continue to talk to them. Continue to give them the push that they need to finish the game against Getafe. And it's just one game at a time now. We can't think about all these other games that we're going to have towards the end of the season. It's one game at a time. And that's what it's about for Valverde. Valverde hasn't done great decisions. I don't agree with a lot of things he has done. I don't agree with his philosophy, and I don't agree with the way he went out against Liverpool. It is what it is not an answer. But regardless of what he has said, regardless of what he has done, we hope to be able to finish strong, because with Valverde right now, that's the best thing we can do. And of course, bring back pride. Bringing back pride is one of the biggest things we need to get back on our feet on. This is one of those that is hard to build up again after a very tough loss against the team that was beatable, that we had already beaten. So it's very important to see what he does. It's interesting what Valverde does in this game against Getafe. What kind of attitude does he have? What kind of mentality? What kind of strategy? Is he giving up? Is he still on his feet? You look for the body language for Valverde to see what kind of response he has after a tough defeat against Liverpool, and going back to the Spanish La Liga game, which is against Getafe, and see what kind of response he has, with his body language, and of course within the press. That's also a very important thing to watch for. We're also working on focusing on capturing the Spanish Cup, and this game means more than ever, because returning to winning ways is really the beginning towards going to that Copa, and that Spanish Cup is all we have to work now for at the moment. And this is where Valverde again has to respond in a strong way, and it can't be in any other way. It has to be able to focus on the strategy he has today and what he will continue to do for the next game as well. Alright, so my lineup for tomorrow's game is basically, let me first of all just say that we have injuries. We have Suarez not available in the lineup, Dembele's out with a hamstring. That Suarez injury, with the Suarez surgery, is the one that really caught me by surprise. I didn't really expect that to happen. I think it got a lot of us by surprise, but he's been kind of hurting, I guess, and so we now have no Suarez in the lineup for tomorrow against Getafe. Dembele, we already knew that he was already injured and he would be out. Who knows, maybe even for the rest of the season and beyond that. So we might not even have him for the Spanish Cup. So, Rafinha is also hurt. He's not able to come into this game. Arthur is also hurt. We have some injuries here that are kind of concerning to me. Fourth place Getafe on the table. They're not to be considered lightly. They can be dangerous just because they're in fourth place. You know what? Celta Vigo beat us. Well, we didn't have our reserves. Yeah, but they beat us. You know what? We're the best club right now. We should be the best club in the world. So, it goes back to what Valverde has to say about all this, and what he has to do about it when we're on the pitch. As far as our lineup goes, we have Ter Stegen at goalkeeper. I think that is still not going to be a change. As far as that, Jordi Alba on the left, I think he still has what it takes to be able to get the job done. Langley, defensive on the center. Next to Langley is Piqué. Next to Piqué is Semedo, a very good fast runner who's also getting better as we speak in the games. He's being utilized a lot more. I think maybe Roberto can go in that slot as well, but I put Semedo in there because I think we need some speed. Roberto didn't have the best of games against Liverpool, and who did, right? But I think Semedo should start above Semedo. I think Rakitic as well. Keeping in mind that we don't have Arthur As reports have said, he's not even in the lineup for tomorrow. So, I'm ruling Arthur off for sure on this lineup. Next to Arthur is Sergio Busquets, of course, who has been who's been pretty good all season. Getting back to the winning ways starts really with guys like these who've been, with us for a while and a long time. Next to Sergio Busquets, I have Arturo Vidal, who has played well, and I have him on the left because, of course, of Arthur. And we don't have Arthur, well, we have to stick somebody in there, and I stuck Vidal in there. Rakitic could be on that left side, but I have Arturo Vidal. I'm not moving Sergio Busquets because he does very well in the center. I think he is their best center midfield, defensive midfield that we have. And of course, at the top we have Philippe Coutinho. Not the greatest performances that I've seen from Coutinho recently, but I hope he does get back to this game. I really do, because I hate to see him go. Even and he had done really well when he played with Liverpool, but his form has dropped tremendously, and I think he would do well if he could just get back into scoring and being able to assist a lot more. Next to him I have Lionel Messi, of course, the man who has 600 plus goals and I believe he will do just fine against Getafe. He continues to impress. He does what he has to do on the field. He's very aware of who's open. Just an amazing set of eyes that he has to be able to know where he has to go, and he really does attract a lot of defenders, 4 defenders at a time, and that really opens up the game a lot, the field. A tremendous player here. And I have Malcolm, because Malcolm, I believe, will step in for Dembele, or he could step in for Suarez. Now that Suarez is gone, I think Malcolm's got an opportunity here for playing and showing us what he can do, because he didn't really have too much to show us during the season. So now we are going to see what kind of stuff he has now that we are towards the end of the season. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. La lineup, my thoughts, and hope that we will have this win, and hope that this win will not just be a regular win, but it will bring us up to morale will be back up again where it should be, as well as being able to have the sense of pride, sense of assurance, getting into the Copa del Rey, and all these things that we need to focus on. I hope that we and our players can show us that wasn't just a loss that we can just forget. We have to get back on our feet. We have to get to winning ways. We have to continue to be the club that us fans have seen in the past. Alright, Barca fans, that's all I have for today. Please make sure to subscribe. Please comment, like. As the channel is growing, I hope that you all are able to join me in this journey of covering Barcelona players, the club, the transfers, and all of this that's going on. And I hope you really enjoy. I hope you enjoy tomorrow's game. And that's all I have for today. Guys, you have a great afternoon. Visca Barça, Visca Catalunya. Peace.